Hello, everyone. Blue Star Saber here once again to discuss and review a chapter of One Piece. This time, chapter 1008. Now that the official translation has come out, chapter 1008. Oshidoji, head of the Mount Amanta Bandits, as it's titled. Our cover page is Nika Robin helping a horse fly with her Devil Fruit abilities, which is actually kind of nice. And we have these two little birds that are sort of associated with a certain character, but we'll get that to in a minute. Anyway, we follow off with the chapter last time in which Odin is apparently alive and the samurais cannot believe it. With let's see, Kimon, Cat Viper, Kyukyuki, tearing tears of joy. And let's see, everyone questioning how he's alive, saying that apparently he's been transformed in time through Toki's power and all that stuff, and he's ready to face Kaido with and all that stuff. Let's see. However, Oshidoji does not believe that this is the real Odin and that he's an imposter, and Kimimon is in denial. However, let's see, Raizo. Raizo remembers what Toki told them about their ability. It's impossible to return the past, and the fact that Odin died this day. Let's see. Even though Kimino's trying to find excuses to not believe that, let's see, he's just about to be stabbed by the fake Odin, and Oshidoji gets in the way, defends him, while he ends up cutting Odin, revealing that it's a fake as he's not bleeding. Let's see who, and then gets stabbed. And it's revealed that the person that created this fake Odin can be none other than Kanjuro, due to the fact of how similar this fake Odin is, due to the fact that, well, Kanjuro knows him best, like the other scabbards. It turns out, let's see, with Kiku apologizing to Oshidoji that she was meant to take care of him, but turns out he's still alive. Anyway, as the scabbards are facing the fake, Odin, Kanjuro, is off to his way to try and find Kimimon, I believe. Momonosuke. Sorry. But yeah. However, the fake Odin's about to blow itself up. However, Oshidoji pushes out the window and causing a massive explosion with him severely injured. There's his fate unknown and Kimimon, super pissed, going after Kanjuro. Let's see. And as we finally get to see the panel of Kanjuro alive, he plans, at least plans a great final death for his performance. Before the scabbards can go and find him, however, they encounter Jack, who's finally caught up to them, who appears to have defeated quite a few minks that were protecting them along the way. However, Dogtooth decides to stay behind so he can fight Jack. And so we have a Jack versus Dogtooth rematch, or their third match, pretty much. And we get a little smack talk saying there's no moonlight or no gas with each side, given if you know their history. And it turns out that Kanjuro's not the only one that's alive. As the castle is set on fire, it's revealed that Orochi is somehow alive. And he's decided to burn the entire island to the ground and all that stuff. So it's in the sky. Well, technically it's in the sky, but yeah, burn everyone in the island, kill everyone. And it's revealed that Fukurokuji is with him in killing off Kaido's men who ever discovers him. And all that stuff. Well, we finally understand where he went off to, but anyway. Mama, we changed the scene of Yamato's group with Momo talking about how he's not been able to control this ability at first, but now, over time for the Straw Hats, he's getting a bit better, but he wishes to control it. Yamato wishes that he was with Luffy, but Mama ends up revealing that Luffy's worn out, but he's high-spirited as ever, and Shinobu is questioning how Momo knows that. Anyway, we finally cut back to Luffy's group and the other Worst Generations battle against the two Yonko. We see Luffy get slammed into the wall. And then the Worst Generation members questioning how do they beat these monsters. Luffy says as long as we keep fighting, we'll win. The humans just overall, but then still get smacked down. Zoro criticizing him, think before you leap. Anyway, let's see. Law says we need to split them up. As Kurty with Zoro greeting. Oh, and Killer says, how can Luffy even consider them humans at this point? The Yonko. And Killer says these two are just like facing these two is just like hell. And we finally get to see Kaido's hybrid form is where it's more of like scaly lizards around the back, his arms and all that stuff, as he got horns, fangs, and a tail. And Big Mom still has her as Big Mom is still flying on Prometheus with Zeus in one hand and Napoleon on the other. Let's see. But Luffy on the face says, if that's true, I guess I've been to hell a few times and back, not now. And Kaido says, Straw Hat, your eyes never seem to lose their fire. That's smiling. And that's the end of the chapter. Okay, first of all, on one hand, I'm sort of glad that Oden is not back and all that stuff, but and all that stuff, because that death was impactful, and also that would cause quite a bit of controversy in the fandom. Though on one hand, it is kind of, I suppose it is a bit disappointing how quickly it does, but I suppose that's for the best. I definitely like how Ashura Doji and Raizo were the ones to figure out that, this can't be Oden, it's fake and all that stuff. Let's see, now that, someone like Kimura, how could you be fooled by this? But let's see, given how loyal he is and the other scabbards are, I suppose it makes sense that, they'd hope for any miracle of Oden's return and stuff, but it pays off in the fact that, okay, Kanjuro is alive. I remember many people kind of disappointed that he was supposedly killed off screen in the sort of like a Rookie play stage actor thing. I mean, I'm glad that he's not dead yet because Kanjuro was just getting interesting as we see Oda revealed him to be the spy, the bad guy, an enemy, and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that and it looked like he just killed him off, possibly to speed up the plot. But you know what? I am glad that's not the case. And let's see. And it looks like we're getting a setup for a Kimimon versus Kanjuro fight, which I'm game for. But who knows how much screen time that'll get remains to be seen. I assume at least we'll get one chapter for that, or at least a half a chapter, something like that. Now, is Ashura Doji dead? Who knows? I mean, let's see. We have characters in One Piece survive explosions. I mean, there's the infamous Pearl stuff, though granted. We've also had Pedro die from explosions, so it looks like it's 50-50 on whether or not this guy is dead. I mean, he's not one of the most well-developed of the 9 scabbards, but still, he's still like a pretty awesome character from what we have seen. So if this is the way it goes out, yeah, I'm fine with it. But we have to. But then again, we thought the scabbards might have been dead before, but who knows? But we just have to wait and see. But let's see. But of course, there's someone else that's alive. Let's see, that's probably no surprise to some people, maybe, or surprise to some, is the fact that Orochi is alive after being beheaded by Kaido. Let's see. Some are probably questioning how, though I assume that this is probably the result of like his mystical Deborah fruit, the fact that Tamino Orochi means that he has 8 heads, so I'm assuming that this devil fruit means that Jutsu Orochi might have something like 8 lives or something. And though I think the shock of some people like me is Fukurochi is apparently helping, Orochi and killing Kaido's men along the way to make sure they're not seen. I think I'm a bit surprised by this, given the fact that he's not exactly the most known loyal, seeming to switch from one master to the other. But then again, I think this is the Orochi's return thing was kind of sort of slightly foreshadowed by the fact that you got a bit of emphasis on seeing Orochi's head and the fact that in an earlier chapter, Fukurochi was wandering off somewhere while the Onibarashi leader of the samurai is questioning where he was going. So this has actually managed to pay off, and yeah, we got Orochi dead, and now that he's been betrayed by Kaido, he plans to burn the whole island to the ground and all that stuff. Well, technically it's in the sky where no one can escape but stuff, but yeah. He plans to try and kill everyone on the island. How he tends to escape there, I do not know, but or that he's planning on having everyone die together kind of thing, but who knows. But it seems like Kaido once again has made a fatal flaw of betraying Orochi, because now he can turn on him. Well, the theme of pirates always end up betraying itself. Betraying one another seems to be coming back to bite Kaido and the Beast Pirates themselves. As the previous chapter, we see how Queen treated like the pleasures and waiters and all that stuff in like the room that they're all in. And thanks to Chopper, they've all turned against them and all that stuff. And now, due to Kaido's actions against Orochi, he is now working against Kaido, not really with the samurai side, but just trying to just probably burn everyone and kill everyone while they're there and all that stuff. So he's a bit of a wild card there. Let's see. So yeah. Now, in my opinion, whether or not all the other remaining samurai or ninjas that were like Orochi's men will go back to him, I do not know. Granted, most of them appear to be defeated, so it doesn't seem like it matters much. But if they do find out and they decide to remain loyal to Orochi, well, the Beast Pirates will now have to deal with at least 10,000 or less samurai ninjas, along with the 5,000 with like the Straw Hats, and the couple of thousand and 100, pleasures and gifters that have now defected to the Straw Hats, and the couple of hundred gifters who are now under Tama's control. So yeah, the Beast Pirates' forces seem to be dwindling in a much quicker number than this raid would let you believe. But oh well, that's the theme of pirate betrayal, I guess. Always treat your Nakama with respect, people, and your allies. Anyway, another interesting matchup is that I was a bit surprised because I was one, but then again, I probably should have expected Jack versus Dogtooth. But yeah, it seems like we're now going for round 3 this time. Let's see. With Jack sort of winning by cheating the gas, and in the first round, and in the second round, you kind of had, Cat Viper and Dogtooth, or Dogstorm, depending on which translation you read. Let's see, beating him due to the power of the moon, and then Sulong form. So now both of them are going for a third fight, both wounded. Let's see, from their respective battles. Let's see, no gas or moon to give one the other the advantage. Now, who's going to win this fight? I do not know. Granted, still debating on whether or not who Sanji's going to be fighting. I mean, I think people are expecting him to at least take on a Yonko level commander. One question remains who it's going to be. It could be Jack, could be Queen, but who knows? Granted, it seems like Marco and Chopper are going to be fighting. Let's see. Marco and Chopper are going to be fighting King and Queen, so it might be Sanji ends up fighting Jack. Who knows? I'm hoping that Sanji fights someone soon, but who knows? But at the moment, I'm enjoying the build up to this fight. That I feel like this might be another off-screen fight. Let's see. As the samurai are desperately going after Momosuke to make sure, or Kanjuro, so he doesn't kill Momosuke and stuff. But who knows if they might end up counting Orochi. That'll be a fun matchup, though. We'll see. We'll have to see. Anyway. Let's see. So anyway, we got a little bit on Momo with apparently sensing what happened with Luffy. So it looks like it's more hinting to his Momo's voice of all things ability, or maybe even some sort of advanced form of haki. Let's see that he has, but we'll have yet to see. Though granted, it seems that Momo is going to play a part. We just yet to find out what it is yet. Though who knows? Maybe his dragon form will play a part. But yeah. Anyway. We get to the worst generation. We see that that's continuing, and let's see for Kaido's new form. I have to admit, I was a little disappointed at first. I thought it would be something a bit more dragon-like, but Okay, it works. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll look much more impressive in the anime once it gets there with the blue scales and all that stuff. But yeah, but looking at it's actually not that bad. I actually quite like how it scales around his arm, his neck, his face, and all that stuff. Or his chest is just like it's probably the normal, well, probably yellow belly, probably in the anime. Sort of like dragons with their underbellies and all that stuff. So yeah. I suppose this is what most dragon human hybrids would actually look like. But yeah, I'm for most, but it's I think that this design will warm to me more in time as we see it. Let's see. I do like how Luffy's continue. Let's see, unstoppable will just keeps going, no matter how many times he gets beat down. We've seen this like with many times before, such as Luffy against Crocodile, Luffy against Katakuri, etc. I do like how the worst generation's like, okay, we're trying fighting these two, but we need to separate them. So we gotta try and figure that out somehow. Let's see. Now, granted, I think Killer is a bit amazed how Luffy considers I like how Killer can. Let's see, he's questioning Luffy's like optimism, while Zora's just like, focus, Luffy, don't act reckless. Continuing on. Let's see, though. I do like how Luffy references how he's been held back a few times before after Kid's words, which we all know he went to Imperial Down and probably a few other tragedies along the way. I'm pretty certain like Ace's death might have been one, but yeah. But anyway, I do like how Kaido is just it's even though it doesn't seem to be annoyed by Luffy's optimism, though maybe the shading of the eyes might imply that, but he's smiling. He seems to be at least enjoying this fight. At the very least, I mean, he does seem to enjoy a good fight from what we've seen of him. And let's see, there's not really much to comment on Big Mom. She looks as intimidating as ever, but heck, they seem to both be enjoying this fight. Well, they're probably enjoying beating the living daylights out of Luffy, given how much trouble he's caused them. So yeah. Let's see. Now, I assume that we'll probably get a bit more of this fight now that we've seen the two, though. How long it's going to be, who knows? I assume that Act 3 will have to end at some point because we should be getting to Act 4 soon. Though we have yet to experience the tragedy, though maybe Ashura Doji's death is, though. I'm not sure if that will be like full-on tragedy just yet, but I think it has something planned. Anyway, for my overall thoughts on this chapter, I think I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Well, a little disappointed, and maybe, let's see, with the Odin thing being quickly resolved. But on the other hand, it's probably for the best, and we get the return of Kanjuro and Rochi. And for those that thought their deaths were a bit anticlimactic at first, now this time Odin's giving us the second chance. It's giving us the second shot to see how they go right. I'm looking forward to see who ends up facing them and who ends up killing them. But who knows? Let's see. But yeah, I also enjoyed. Let's see the Scabbards. Let's see the matchups that have been implied, such as Dogtooth versus Jack, and let's see Kanjuro versus Kimimon. The Scabbards. Let's see probably maybe going after Orochi again, and more on let's see the Yonko versus Luffy. And I'm glad to see that he's recovered from his Haki after Gear 4, though. How long this fight will go, I do not know. But anyway, like I said, 9 out of 10. Hopefully, the One Piece will continue the streak as we end up learning the chapter this weekend. Next chapter this weekend. I'm Blue Star Saber, signing off.